What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Ethan's Exotic Escapades. Today we are going to be injecting some fish with some medicine, and we're going to be showing y'all how to do that. It's going to help with getting rid of some parasites and overall health of the fish, especially if they've been having issues with a lot of parasitic problems. And before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe to join the tribe. And let's go ahead and get started. Here's the first fish we're going to be injecting the medicine into. This is a waru cichlid, and he's been having a lot of issues with parasites. The main issue with this guy is that he has a tapeworm, and he has stopped eating because the tapeworm has filled up so much of his stomach that it makes it where he's not able to ingest food anymore. So it is very important that we get this medicine in him as quick as possible. Here's our second candidate of today. This is a pineapple severum. He's also been having a lot of parasite issues, but his parasites are a little bit different than the last fish that I just showed y'all. He has an issue with anchorworms, and he's also been having some issues with flukes. So we're going to give him some of the medicine as well. Luckily, he's still able to eat because these parasites are not stopping him from being able to eat. Our third and final candidate of today is this marbled angelfish. This angelfish has been having the same issue as the waru cichlid that I showed earlier. It also has a tapeworm. Luckily, this tapeworm has not been stopping this angelfish from eating yet like it has done to the waru cichlid. Since he's smaller than the other two fish in this video, you have to make sure you're being extra gentle when you're giving him the medicine. Now we're going to start on making the medicine. We're going to mix it up, and I'm going to show y'all a step-by-step process of how to mix the medicine up for your fish. All right, here's everything you're going to need. You're going to need some type of flakes. You're going to need garlic guard to mask the taste, and you're going to need Expel P. This helps with parasitic diseases. And you're going to need something to mix up your medicine with. And you're also going to need about a half an ounce of water in some kind of dish that you can mix everything up in. This is just a mealworm dish. All right, I've got a handful of some of the flakes, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in the dish right here. And once I've got that in the dish, I'm going to start stirring it up a little bit. And then I'm going to put a little bit more of this in there. And stir that in some more. And once you've got that stirred in there, I'm going to use this. This is one of the packets from this Expel P. And I'm going to pour some of this in there. And I'm going to need to, since we've used some of this packet, I'm going to need to get another packet out so that I can put some more in here. Now I'm going to put some more of this Expel P inside of our little concoction that we're making. All right, so I've used about half of that bag along with a little bit, the little bit that was left in here, and now I'm going to mix this medicine up in here with this food that we have. And you've got to make sure that you mix it really well so that you get the medicine to cover all of the food and water. And now the last thing that I'm going to do is use this garlic guard right here to mask the taste of the medicine. And I'm only going to put about a drop of this in here. All right. And now I'm going to mix that in a little bit. And there we go. We have our medicine done.
All right, so it's time to get the fish out of the tank. This fish in particular has some sort of internal tapeworm, internal parasite in its belly. And one of the first things they do is they stop eating. So once they'll take food in for like 2 or 3 days and then they'll spit it right out. Because they can't swallow it because the parasite has filled up their stomach and all the way up through their esophagus, and it's essentially sitting right there to where they can't swallow food. So we're gonna do the second treatment on this guy because he still isn't out and eating yet. So maybe it didn't take as well. So we're just gonna give him another dose of it. So I've laid out a wet paper towel that I dipped in that aquarium. It's a clean, not paper towel, a wet towel, and so that it'll be nice and damp for him. When I catch him, I'm gonna leave him in the net, you'll see. The other thing is I use a pipette. So I will suck this up probably about to two what do they call that?
Milliliters?
Milliliters, yeah, 2 milliliters, and fill this pipette up. And then we'll inject this into his mouth. There's a couple more things I'll show you in just a minute.
I'm in the splash zone.
Okay, here we go. It's all gonna be quick. He's already chilled out. I'm right-handed, so I like him facing his mouth facing to my right hand. So now we're gonna take the pipette. It's already been stirred up. I'm gonna suck it up there. Oh, I got more. I got about 3 milliliters. Okay. First thing I have to do is I want to measure where his gill plate is. So I go from the tip of his mouth to his gill plate, and it's that far, from there to there. Then I want to add about a little bit, so then I know about how far I need to be in. And I'm gonna hold that. So I'm gonna lip him a little bit. Sometimes I can lip him just with the pipette and he'll open his mouth, as he did. He's very cooperative. And I'm gonna push in, and then I'm gonna feel some resistance about right now. Okay, I hit his esophagus, and I'm applying pressure, and now he's released it. Now I'm in his belly. And I'm gonna hold him up a little bit, and I'm gonna squeeze this in there. There we go. Hopefully he swallowed it. We're gonna leave him in the net. I'm gonna walk him right back over. And we're trying to be very fast with this because we don't want to keep him out of the water and stress him out. So like, what did that take? Maybe 45 seconds?
Yep.
And here we go. Get a nice gentle release. There, he's spitting some of it out. But I know he had to have got some because I was in his belly.
Moving on to contestant number 2.
Oh, he's easy. Dude, that was so easy. Splash us now.
Oh!
All right, buddy.
Front row seat to the splash zone. Now it's going to be my turn to do the next fish that we've got here. I'm going to do the same amount that we did for the last fish. So I'm going to try and get 2 milliliters. All right. Now I'm going to insert it.
You'll feel some resistance, and then he'll
All
get
right,
there.
there
He
we go.
accepted it in.
And
Go
now
a little bit more.
I'm gonna push it
And
in
now
a
push
little
it.
bit more.
Go ahead and squeeze it in.
And I'm gonna squeeze in the medicine.
I sometimes will turn his head up so it'll kind of hopefully flow and not come out of a gill.
All right.
Just hold him and turn him up. Yep. And then pull it
And
out.
whenever I
slowly.
pull it out, I'm gonna make sure that I still have this pressed in so that I am
Good.
not hurting him. And I did it. That simple. Now I'm gonna take him and put him right back in.
Good.
any out.
Yeah, I didn't see him spit it out. That's awesome. You were in his belly really well. That's very good. That's great. Yeah, he's looking pretty darn good. Doesn't look stressed out or anything.
And our final contestant, number 3.
All right, so this guy has a much smaller mouth. We've already fed him and the pipette fit, but I had to really kind of work it in his little mouth there. I got it going. I'm sorry. This would get my gag reflex going too, I'm sure. Unlock it, undo it. He is not wanting it to go in there. I don't want to hurt him. There it goes. A little bit. I'm sorry, buddy. There, now it went in. If you ever feel resistance, don't force it. If you feel resistance, he might have like an air bubble in his stomach. There, it's in now. There we go. He didn't need near as much as the big guys. For the angelfish, I just did about 3/4 of a milliliter. That was about it. Because he has a much smaller mouth, much smaller belly, doesn't hold as much. The capacity is much smaller.
All right, that's going to do it for today's Exotic Escapade. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe to join the tribe, and we'll see you on the next one.